Hello everyone, my name is Sam Savage from South Coast Weddings, and today I am going to be chatting with Liza Edgington Photography, who is a wedding photographer. Hello,
Hi,
welcome. I'm so,
morning.
I'm so glad you could join us.
Oh, thank you.
And so today we're going to be chatting about wedding photography and your business specifically. So when did you start as a wedding photographer?
So this was way back in 2014. I decided to go back to college, and I'd always had a passion for photography, but never really thought I could, make a living, make a business out of it. So yeah, I was really bored in my then job, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. And I went back to college, had two small children at the time, and it all just kind of snowballed from there, really.
That's amazing. And
Yeah.
what do you have a particular style of photography, or how did you develop that style?
So in the beginning, I had a really open mind and just wanted to experiment and do all different types of photography. But very early on, I realized that weddings were where my passion just really came alive, and I've decided to just focus purely on weddings. And I think that's how then my style started to develop. In terms of my editing, I would say I'm quite light and airy. I look for emotion over perfection, so I'm quite an emotionally led photographer. And in terms of my approach, I would say I'm quite a classic photographer with a little bit of documentary reportage in there. So basically, what that means is that I don't really photograph as a fly on the wall. I do interact a lot during the day. So I like to be involved, I like to be in the middle of things, and obviously help my couple, direct them with the posing and everything like that. So that's where the classic photography comes in, where all the photos have an intention and all the photos have a purpose. So they're not kind of like happy accidents, they are intentional photography. So that's where I think my classic photography comes into play. But editing wise, yeah, light and airy and just very emotional.
Yeah, your photos are absolutely beautiful.
Oh,
So
thank
obviously we would
you.
highly recommend it anyway.
Thank you.
So in terms of weddings, where do you offer your services? What location?
So all around Dorset, but then obviously I do travel as well. So I have had quite a lot of work come from London since last year. So I am branching out towards London quite a bit as well. But I've also since got connected back to the Algarve as well. So I'm also flying out there quite a lot and doing some work over there, but mainly workshops. So not exactly weddings, but
Still
wedding
lovely
wise.
though. What a lovely place to do workshops.
Yeah, it's fabulous. The weather, the light, everything. It's just amazing. But wedding wise, I tend to stay quite local because I really like to feel familiar with where I am, where I'm going, where the venue is. I really enjoy that part of things. So although I do travel up to London a bit, I do tend to keep things quite local.
Yeah, lovely. And do you offer different packages for
I
people?
do. At the moment, I offer two different packages. The most popular is always going to be the full day, where couples have, from the morning right through up until the first dance, sunset, sparklers, that sort of thing. But I do offer a different package, which starts just before the ceremony. So some brides don't really feel comfortable having a photographer there, or they might be getting ready somewhere quite small, and they just feel like having an extra person there is not really what they want. So the other package is from ceremony up to the first dance and sort of sparkler sunset time as well. And those two packages is what I generally sell, being the full day the most popular.
Fabulous. Well, it's good to have options, but like you said, I think if you can narrow down exactly what people want, then it's really helpful.
Exactly.
So, as a wedding photographer, or just personally, what is your favourite part of the wedding? Would you say?
Oh wow, that's a tough question. There's so many. My favorite part of the wedding. Oh, I think the time I get alone with the couple is really nice. And I think towards the end of the day, when all of the formalities are done and everybody's just having fun, and I take the couple out for, say, their sunset photos, they tend to be so emotionally charged and so beautiful. I think that might be my favorite time of day, when they finally realize we've done it, we're married, you know. And it just, that feeling, I'm feeling it now, it's so lovely. So maybe
Yeah,
sunset, I think.
I think you're right. And actually, as a wedding planner, I know that a lot of our couples say as well that time when the photographer does take them off on their own is actually just a really lovely time for them to be able to breathe, just be together without,
Yeah.
you know, because on your wedding day you are like a celebrity, aren't you? Everybody wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to have that, just, you know, even if it's 5-10 minutes, just to breathe. And
Definitely.
obviously, as a photographer, it's not like you're in there completely in their face. You're
Of
sort of
course.
taking natural photos, so you're not, you know, they've got an opportunity to chat together and just decompress
Just
a
have a
little
quiet
bit.
moment. Yeah, it's very grounding, because all day long you're kind of up in the clouds and everything's fantastic, but then you need those moments to come back down to the ground to kind of be able to savor everything and to pace yourself, I think. And yeah, for the couples it's great, because they get a moment alone to just chat and cuddle and just look at each other and really take each other in, which I think is so important.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I just want to get married again to the
Me
same
too.
person, obviously. To the same person. So, is there anything else you think that we should know about your business that we haven't covered already? We've covered location and packages. Obviously, your favourite part of the day, which is the important question. But yeah, is there anything else that you think people would like to know about your business, that maybe questions you get asked from couples quite a lot?
Yeah, I suppose I get asked quite a lot, in terms of, you know, backup and things like that. People, especially with what's going on at the moment, people are, you know, asking more and more questions about, you know, how I work. And so I suppose it's important to let couples know that, on the day when I'm there working alone, it's not just one camera that's working, it's two. And there's also another backup in the car, so there's 3 cameras there, you know, ready to take over should anything like that happen.
Yeah, huge
um,
peace of mind for people.
yeah,
And you.
exactly. Yeah, and I think from this, people are going to be a bit more cautious and are going to really do their homework in terms of, you know, insurance, contracts, agreements, all this. So I've done a lot of research, and I've done a lot of, sort of looking around, you know, what's best for me, and how best to protect my clients as well. So I think going forward, that's something that, clients will be asking me more and more. So yeah, it's good to know that there's loads of safety nets there, you know, backup photographers, you know, all that kind of thing, contingency plans if it rains, if, you know, very last minute changes, things like that, that we can cope with, which I think puts people at ease as well, puts the clients at ease.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I think it's really important. And like you said, there are a lot of photographers around, but it is important for people to do their research and really do their homework about what people can offer. That is definitely more important, and ask for recommendations from
Yeah,
other people,
definitely.
and get,
Referrals. That's
yeah.
how I get most of my work, to be honest with you. I get people coming to me saying, oh, a friend from work was at a wedding where you were shooting. So people watch me and see how I work, and then see my work as well, teamed up with how I work. And that just leads to further bookings, because advertising I don't really do a lot of, which is really good. So it's nice to know that people are talking about, you know, what they've seen, and then, you know, obviously recommending, and then I'm getting referrals, which is great.
Yeah, that's amazing. And like you said, the best way is obviously free advertising for you, but it speaks volumes about you and your business that people are happy to recommend you. So that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
So if people wanted to get in touch with you, what is your website?
So my website is www.lizaedgington.co.uk, and I also have Instagram and Facebook, so you can look me up on there as well.
Amazing. Yes, go and check Liza out. Her photography is amazing.
Thanks,
So
Sam.
I'm Sam Savage from South Coast Weddings, and if you wanted to look us up, we are at southcoastweddings.co.uk. So Liza, thanks for joining us today,
Oh,
and
thank you. It was a pleasure.
we look forward to having some chats with other suppliers as well. So keep an eye on our YouTube channel, and we will be chatting with other wedding suppliers. But do get in touch if you've got any questions. Thank you very much for watching.
Thanks, Sam. Bye.